are joining still. As you can see on the screen and hear me, from the images, you can already guess what it is. So you can see three types of graphs presented here already. One in the left one, the one in the left bottom. This is a bar graph. On the right top, you can see a pie chart, and on the right down bottom, you can see a line graph. So you'll be given some numerical information through a graph or chart or a diagram, sometimes even a picture, and you have to observe, look at the information, numerical information, number data, and then you have to describe them in words, writing a report. So this is an example topic. Let me move on to the basic information which I've already hinted to you. So here candidates, as I said, are required to what? Required to number one, look at a diagram. So when I say look at it, I mean your observation. So your observation ability matters a lot here, where everybody looks at the same graph, but not everybody can actually get the same information. So your observation has to be a very intelligent, wise, and very clever observation. And then you look at the data there through in a graph, maybe in the graph or a table or chart. And then after observing the information in number, you will be presenting them in your own words, writing a report. Your reader will be a university lecturer, so accordingly you write. Your writing task 2 you write for general people, but writing task 1 you write for university lecturer, so maintain the reader level. And look at the word length, be 150 words at least. That means if you write less than 150, you will be penalized. Your marks will be deducted. If you write more than 150, no problem. You can write more. There is no max bar. There is no maximum bar. But there is definitely the time bar. You have to finish this task within 20 minutes. Total writing time would be 1 hour. In 1 hour time, you have to finish task 1 and task 2 both. You will get both the questions and both the answer booklets together. So time management is actually at your convenience, how you will divide the 1 hour between task 1 and task 2. It is normally advisable by Cambridge, the authority of IELTS, that candidates should spend no more than 20 minutes here, because this one is a smaller report, whereas task 2 is a bigger one. So that's the basic. And for your kind information, one more thing which is not written here, that is task 1 carries less weight than task 2. Less weight, when I say, I mean fewer marks. If I divide it out of 100, I would say task 1 will contribute 33% of your 33%, and 66% will be coming from task 2. Not that it is not important, it's important, like task 2 is more important. Both the tasks will be actually scored by 2 different examiners separately. Both will be marked out of 9, task 1 out of 9, task 2 also out of 9. Then they will combine both of your scores from task 1 and task 2 and make your band score for your certificate. You'll never actually come to know what you got in task 1, what you got in task 2. But how they calculate, they don't just add and divide by 2. No, they will take 33% from your security score from task 1 and 66% on an average from task 2. That will make this total band score. And on the right hand side, you can see how you are assessed. I will be holding more talks on how you are assessed more elaborately, but shortly just give you a snapshot of it. I would say candidates are assessed on their ability to be able to able to organize, compare and contrast, and present the given data in words. You will observe the data and you will organize them sometimes compare and contrast them, and then present it in the description. And how you are describing sometimes stages. Sometimes it's a diagram show that different stages of a process, first one, then what, then how you are describing that. Can you do that or not? You are able to do that or not? Can you describe an object or not? Sometimes your graph, it's not a graph, sometimes an object is given, you got to describe it. Something works, yeah, how a machine is functioning, a machine image will be given, you will be working, writing that. So these are the abilities which are assessed. I will be going more into detail. Overall, I would say it's a very objective type of writing. Objective, when I say, I mean unbiased. No opinion is asked. You cannot give your opinion here. No opinion. And opinion will be actually bringing your score very low. So opinion is totally prohibited here. You have to be very neutral and objectively neutrally describing what you see on the graph, but your description should not be every minute data you get on the graph. Rather, a lot of overall observations should be there, which be eye-opening to the readers. Like graph, also read the report, right? But by seeing the graph, they don't understand many things, but by reading your report, they see more things. Your report should open up their eyes and they can get, oh yeah, that's how it is. All right, so these are the basic things I needed to say. Before I go into it, one thing I should let all of you know, it's already 7:40. People are still joining, and I am admitting them. But the culture should be, we should join 5 minutes before the class. That's better. Otherwise, it's really distracting for all of us. All right, hopefully you remember that from the next class. These are more example graphs for you. I will not be reading that. Here you see one line bar graph, one table chart here. Here is another pie chart, combination of two graphs together in the same question. And as you see, the question will basically look like this one. 20 minutes, and the pie chart below shows the main reason why agricultural land becomes less productive. The table shows how these causes affected 3 regions of the world during 1990s. Summarize the information by selecting and repeating the main features and make comparisons by relevant, isn't it? They are asking for the main features, not everything you can see, every 0.2, 0.3, 0, 1.7, not every single data you got to bring in your report. You got to describe what the main features and relevant ones, and do make comparisons between areas, countries and countries, object and object. So different graphical comparisons will be more eye-opening to the readers. Still people are joining. All right, so I am still actually opening up the task. Here I already talked about the types of possible graphs in the exam. Table, line graph, bar graph, and pie chart and diagram. Most common one would be bar, line, table, and pie. Especially bar and line are very common in the exam, as you see. Diagram is rare, but sometimes we see that. Table is the easiest one. So that's all. I already showed the graphs to you. Bar, pie, line, and diagram. So let me show you. This is on the left, this is called a bar graph. On the right, this is called a line graph. And on the left, this is called table. On the right, this is called pie chart. These are diagrams. You see, this diagram is showing about the cement production, concrete production, how it is produced, from where to where it goes, and everything. That's a diagram. It's rare in the exam, but easy, not difficult. So most important for you would be line, bar, table, and chart. To prepare on. Now I have already cleared the ground what you are going to do here. Now let me move into the examiner's mind, the examiner's expectation from you, what they will expect from you. What I am showing from the public version of IELTS writing band descriptors. You can download it from takeielts.org. What band descriptor? Let me show you with this. As you can see, this is called a band descriptor. Maybe you are not being able to read, no problem. You cannot read it, it's not possible. It's a very large one. So I'm not presenting it for you reading, but to show you that this is what you can download and read it. This is examiner's rubric. They follow it while marking you. Suppose look at this. Let me make it a bit bigger so that you can see a bit. So how did they do it? Like suppose 4 things they take into account, 4 things they consider while scoring you: task achievement, coherence and cohesion, lexical resource, grammatical range and accuracy, and they score you 4 times actually. 4 times they score you. Suppose they first of all read for task achievement, then they read your graph report, and then they match with these descriptions. Is it matching with a 9 band description? No. 8 band description? No. 7 most probably, already 6 or 7. Okay, maybe in task achievement you get 7. How about coherence and cohesion? 8 or 7? Okay, 7. In this way they score it. Like all these descriptions, there are 36 types of descriptions here in 4 categories. Like my task achievement has 9 types of descriptions, coherence and cohesion 9, lexical resource 9, grammar 9. So 4 9s are 36 types of description, and your report will be matching with 4 of the descriptions, maybe grammar. So examiner will not be actually giving you marks personally. He will be actually matching your report with the with this band descriptor. So from this you will understand the mind. So try to download it, go through it, but as a IELTS candidate having, if you don't have huge linguistic background, it will be difficult for you to understand that big description band descriptor. That's why I am just showing you the gist of it, what are the main things expected here in this table, in the job, making your job easier for you. First of all, the examiner will look for the task achievement. As you can read the phrase task achievement, which is very, very self-defining. That should indicate to you that how much you have achieved, isn't it? In task 2, it is called task response. You have been given a task, how much you have achieved. So in task achievement, they actually take into account requirements of the task. In the task, you are required to describe this, and this. Have you, for example, a graph is shown and you are asked to describe a graph showing the population growth of 3 different countries from within 10 years of time or 50 years of time. So you missed, maybe it is Canada, Australia and America, but you mistakenly did not include Canada. So one country missed out. That means you did not fulfill all the requirements of the task. Key features means the information you have, which country has the highest population, which country has the lowest population, where it grew, where it fell down. Those key features are covered or not. Main features. Key features means the main features of the graph, and overall main trends. Refer to the main trends. I mean main overviews. Overviews are covered or not, and the differences and the stages sometimes in case of diagram. All these things are to be achieved in task achievement. Coherence and cohesion basically refer to the sequencing of information. You observe the information which are scattered in the graph, but when you are writing, you need to bring them to a good sequence and organize them. It's all about organizing your information while writing the report, where progression means from the beginning what is you flowing forward, moving forward to where you it is sum up, or it is just getting a and cohesive devices is how you are using linking phrases between paragraphs on by saying that you are saying, oh, these are the linking cohesive devices which will make your report readers friendly. Readers can follow you through. Source refers to the vocabulary, the words you're going to choose for your description of the data. We'll be working on a bit on lexical resource today, if time covers. So in lexical resource, there are two levels of requirement. One thing is examiner will be looking at whether you know enough words or not. It's enough or not. That's sufficient. And then he or she will also look at the range, less common, how less common you are, how sophisticated you are. Usually from 7 to 9, examiner will be 7 here, 7 here, 7 here, and 6 here. So 3, 7, and 1, 6. Mathematically, it comes as 6.75, but IELTS doesn't have the full fraction. They have only full and half. So if you get 6.75, it will be considered 6.5 when this kind of internal averaging will be done. So if you lose quarter, actually you are losing half. If you lose quarter, you are losing half. Thank you. So that's about the marking criteria. If you have any questions, note it down. Towards the end of the class, we'll be taking those questions. Give you some quick tips before I move you towards quiz related to language. The tips I already covered a lot of things through my talk. Still, if I miss out anything, think carefully what you need to include in your description. I mean, after looking at the graph, when you got the graph, don't just jump into writing. Think about what data you will include in the report and what data you will not include in the report. Okay, because let me make it bigger. Maybe some of you don't see it. Just a minute. All right. So first of all, decide the data which you will include. You can mark them on the question booklet. It is allowed. Don't describe every detail. I already said that you don't have to describe all the information. Key features, comparisons, overall observations, eye-opening observations, but no opinion. Choose the most important interesting features. Something, cells of something went down dramatically or went up dramatically. So this kind of interesting features, or you can calculate that overall in the entire time, this one was the best seller. Find it out from the graph. Okay, then don't need to give every number exactly. Sorry, don't need to give every number exactly. You can approximately doing it using words like about, around, over. You can say over 100, around 200.
Please.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Please enlarge the screen. We cannot see the screen.
Please.
It's very small.
Okay. Okay. Give me some time. তো ফুল স্ক্রিনে দিয়েছিলাম। You are no longer presenting. Okay, I'm present করছি।
Yes, now it is as full screen.
And if it's a diagram showing a process, like as showed you cement production process, isn't it? So First of all, look at the whole process, where it is beginning, where is the beginning point and where is the end point. First of all, observe it before starting to write. Alright, so these are the common basic tips I wanted to give you, nothing much difficult. So we'll be looking at some common sample essays and how the writer is paragraphing it. Then we will do a quiz. So for paragraphing, this is the structure usually should be followed. So there are three things basically here: introduction, body paragraphs, and overview. So actually the reproduction of the question. As we see a question.
The screen is not visible right now.
To others?
Screen is not visible for this time.
How about others?
I think everybody is suffering the same problem.
I can see.
Screen is okay if you make it.
No, the screen is not visible.
Screen is not visible.
Not visible, not visible.
We can see the screen.
Just image, no presentation
From the starting.
I didn't do anything. What happened?
Yes, now it is visible now.
Now it's okay.
Okay, now it's visible.
Okay. As you can see a question. Look at this question. The pie chart below shows the main reasons why. So you just reproduce instead of pie chart shows the main reasons. You can say you can say as described in the given pie chart. We can see that just reproduce it, say it in a different way. So that's the introduction paragraph. I'll move on to my phrase here. So introduction is actually not very important part of the report. Sometimes even if you don't do it, there will be no big problem. So introduction means even in the question, what is the graph about? So you just reword it. Don't copy it from the question, rephrase it, reparagraph it. Someone's microphone is on. Would you mind switching it off? So the most important is giving overviews. Overview and overview. Is, if possible, you give two overviews, one after the introduction, one at the end. If you don't find out overall observations of your graph, two types of overall observation, at least you give the last one. Okay, if possible, here one. If not possible, only the last one. It depends on the graph. I'm going to show you some overall observations, what it means. And body paragraphs, how many body paragraphs you will write, it depends on the graph. I mean, on any basis you and look at the graph and decide how many paragraphs should you write. I mean, how you organize. It's all about how you organize the graph. So look at this graph, for example. This graph. Alright, you can read the left side phrases. This graph is about what? Let's read the question first. It says, the bar chart below shows a group of young professionals aged 20 to 30 years who were asked to state which factors motivated them to succeed. Write a report for a university lecture describing the information. So a survey was done on the people aging 20 to 30 years old, and the survey included the young professionals who were successful, and the survey questions are basically the factors which motivated them to succeed. The factors, which factors were predominant. So in this graph, you can see some graphs are longer, like in percentage, you can see the percentage sign. So 0% to 80%, 0% to 80%, isn't it? So you can see these are the factors which motivated them to succeed. Look at one, personal satisfaction is 80%, isn't it? 80% young professionals said there, it came with their personal satisfaction. And like if you go for the lowest one, fear of failure, if I fail, what will happen? Because of this, it them succeed. That fear of failure goes for only 25 or more than 25, around 25, etc. Sorry. So how many body paragraphs actually you are going to write here? So many factors. So you'll be writing everything in every different paragraph? No. So on any basis, try to divide all these factors in 2 or 3 groups. For example, fear of failure, envy or jealousy, rivalry, personal, family, fear, ambition, money, pressure from society, desire for material things, feeling inadequate. As I can see, I see that some of them are very personal factors. Some of them are related to others, isn't it? For example, family pressure, peer pressure, then pressure from the society. These are some of the external pressure on them. And fear of failure or like ambition, money, these are kind of personal urge. So you can like other factors and personal factors. We can write them 2 paragraphs, dividing them into 2 groups. Isn't it? That's one basis. Another basis, maybe you can talk about the highest ones, maximum ones in one group, the minimum ones in the other group. In this way, you can divide them into 2 paragraphs. Look at this sample essay with scoring band level 8. That's the introduction, just the introduction of the question, nothing else. He wrote 2 paragraphs. In this paragraph, he talked about the personal factors. In this paragraph, he talked about the external factors. 2 paragraphs, isn't it? And look at his overall observation. This is the overall observation, one line. It is clear that success among young professionals mainly on self-motivating factors. So he found out that of social and personal factors are more predominant, more vital for their success, and what more, like 60%, 45%, like 80% people say that. So there are more personal factors. That was his one overall observation. And here he compared with one factor with the other factor continuously in 2 paragraphs. So that's a good pattern. So comparing them in sequencing them in this way. That's a good example of report. So introduction, body paragraph, and overall observation, overview. Overview is very important. So there are more examples in this way. You will be reading at home. I am now moving on to the quiz. You don't have much time. The quiz is related to language. These are examples here. So the quiz will be related to language, describing bar graph or line graph. Okay. Today I cannot cover all. So how you describe bar graph and line graph. Let's learn some language. After that, I will refer you some books from where you can learn this kind of vocabulary even more by yourself, since your exam is near. So I am showing you 4 descriptions here, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the right, and 4 different graphs here. Which description is matching with which graph? These are the, like, and I split up the graphs for you so that you can write the curves and ups and down of a line graph or bar graph. So can you do it in the chat box? Like you do all of them, like 1B, 2A, 3C, in this way. Write all the 4, then send. Dr. Partha said 1. একটা করে না, 4টা একসাথে পাঠাবেন। And you 4টা একসাথে টাইপ করে তারপরে সেন্ড করবেন। হিমু কবিরও একটা পাঠিয়েছেন, একটা করে না, 4টা একসাথে পাঠাবেন। Ahmadullah Al Maruf is the first person to send 1B, 2A, 4B, 3C. Yes. Amul Hassan send the next. Very good. Dr. Partha. Good. Paul Ashim. Good. Some differences are seen. Let's Let's wait for the others to do it. Match the movement of the graph and the language. Atik Rahman, Shohan Rahman, Russell Kabir, Shuma Sarkar. But I'm getting contrasting answers. বেশি কুইক করা লাগবে না, আপনি একটু দেখেন গ্রাফ এবং ভাষাটা ম্যাচ করেন, এটা তো রিডিং না। অনেকেরই হচ্ছে না, আনসার গুলো হচ্ছে না, বেশিরভাগ ভুল। Alright, I'm showing the answers now, then I will also explain. Answers are shown. Number 1 says the cells went up and down wildly. First doubling to 400. Yes, number D is the answer. See, wild movement, falling very sharply up, again sharply down, sharp upward trend, again dramatic fall, again dramatic rise. Very wild movement, isn't it? So that's really a good language. So so how can you describe it? Best good language is wildly, went up and down wildly. So remember the language. Then doubling it to 400. That at the beginning it was 200 and at the end it was 400. So doubling it, isn't it? That's a very good language. Then number 2, the number of books sold was fairly steady. Very good. A is the answer as steady. It didn't go too much down, nor did it go too much up. It remained stable. So that's the correct answer. I'll be waiting for the Ajahn to finish near to me. Ajahn said my answer all correct. Congratulations. Right, and next one is cells fell back erratically to 200. So the erratically refers to, like, it doesn't have a proper direction. It goes up again, down again, up quickly, but short movements, very short type of movement like this, isn't it? But it's similar to wildly, not exactly wildly. It's erratic movement, but it is falling, overall falling from 400 to 202, but the movement is erratic, so it is not normal, very abrupt movement, up and down, that's erratic. Number 4 is a plain description. The cells fell back to 200, fell back to 200, from 500 to 200. Okay, now let's work on more challenging graphs. I'm showing again 4 different graphs to you. Sorry, 6 different graphs, but 4 descriptions. That means 2 of them are not described. The description name, chapter description also. So match the description with the graph movement. Our screen is not visible also. Cannot?
Screen is seeing up, not the lower portion.
Okay.
গ্রাফে তো দেখা যাচ্ছে।
আমি ঠিক করছি। ওকে, এখন ঠিক আছে? 6টা গ্রাফ দেখতে পাচ্ছেন?
জি
জি এবং জি দেখতে পাচ্ছেন না?
ইয়েস, এটা দেখা যাচ্ছে না, গ্রাফ দেখা যাচ্ছে না।
আচ্ছা, আমার মোবাইলে
We can see. We can see. I think it's a problem to someone. Someone personal problem, or others can see.
আপনি একটু মোবাইলটা একটা করেন যদি মোবাইলে থাকেন।
এখন দেখা যাচ্ছে,
That may be the solution. Thank you.
এখন দেখা যাচ্ছে।
ঠিক আছে। So this is very important thing we're doing actually. এটাই হচ্ছে আপনার স্কোরটা, এগুলোর উপর ডিপেন্ড করবে ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজটা, ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ টেস্ট। আমানুল্লাহ আল মারুফ ইজ টু কুইক টু আনসার ইট, এত তাড়াতাড়ি তো করতে পারার কথা না, এটা একটু সময় নিয়ে করেন, কারেক্টলি করেন। Niher, Raihan, done, good. Kamran Hassan, good. Differences are shown between you. Dr. Malik also. Jamil Ji, Mahbubur Rahman, very good. Alright, many of you have answered. Me, Litin Stein, Assign, Muhammad Rashidul Kabir, thank you. So let's see the answer now. This one, you see it fell and it remained steady and again it went up, right? So cells then plummeted to a new low of 50. New plummeted means sudden fall. When you new low 50 where they stabilized for a period, stabilized for a period or some period, stabilized here at the bottom 50 তে নেমে সেখানে কিছু সময় ছিল for a period, isn't it? Stabilized ছিল এখানে, stable ছিল before shooting up 600 mark. Before, yeah, that means it, after that it shoot up to 600. So what language you are learning from here? Plummeted to a new low, shooting up again to us to the 600 mark. So এই ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ গুলো কিন্তু সব ক্যান্ডিডেট দিতে পারে না, সবাই একই ভাষায় increased and decreased. But if you are different, as you are trained from British Council, you will say shoot up, you will say stabilized, you will say plummeted to a new low. So then your score will be above 7, no doubt, if you can do it. Number 2 is these fluctuations were followed by a period of stability as cells hovered around 200 mark. So answer choice is C. You see hovered around, remain steady. Around hovered 200 এর আশেপাশে ছিল, hovered around 200 mark. What a nice language, isn't it? So these fluctuations were followed. I mean, previously lots of fluctuations were there, he described, followed by, that means at the moment what came up, it is stability, a period of stability. So learn the language. After the fluctuations came what? Came a period of stability. And the cells hovered around 200 marks, followed book cells. So number 3, a sharp drop of 80%. So that's H, sharp drop. You can see, look at this sharp drop, dramatic drop, sharp, isn't it? So that's a sharp drop. So the number of books sold then plunged dramatically, hitting a low of 100 only to bounce back to 500 books a day. This one is matching with what? Matching with I. So look at the bounce back. It fell and did not stay. In case of G,
I have a question.
Can I take the question after a few seconds? Okay, I'll ask. Let me finish. So look at this one. The bounce back to, when can you use it? When it falls and don't stay here. বল যেমন পড়ে সাথে সাথে বাউন্স ব্যাক করে, সেটাই সে করেছে, কিছু ছিল না এখানে, সে স্টেবল ছিল, isn't it? So that question is like that, where to use this one, where to use this one. And plunge dramatically. What does plunge mean? Plunge, what does dramatically mean? Sharply. And plunge means to suddenly move to a new level. Suddenly move from one level to another level. That's called plunge. With a blink of eye, sharply moving. That's plunge. And hitting a low of 100. You see, hitting means what? Touching a low of 100, and only to bounce back to 500. So it came only to bounce back. That means came did not to stay, but to bounce back. Stay, fell, came back, plunged into a low 100 level low, and in order to what? Bounce back to 500. So these are the nice languages you are learning, and you got to apply them if you are targeting high score. Somebody was asking a question. Yes, now.
I have a question about the answer 3. Why it is 8? Because it doesn't match. 80% of 600 is 480. There is no 480 if you deduct 480 from 600, then 120. But the graph doesn't show 120.
600 from 600 back to 50. So is it not 80%?
No. It is more than 80%.
It's not.
600 into 80% equal to 480. And if you deduct 600 If you deduct 480 from 600, then 120. But the graph doesn't show 120.
So I will have to check it with the website I took it from. Answer title unit and you match that may be a calculation issue. Other ones will not be matching here. Anyway, you have to calculate the data will be the but you learn the sharp.
Okay. I think
so let me speak one thing to you. Here
It would be about 80%.
About 80% বললে হয়ে যাবে. That's the number calculation. That's your job. You have to do that.
86% exactly.
So 86% হলো তো calculation drop off around দিয়ে দিবেন এখানে drop off around 80% that will do. But what we are learning here, we are not learning here actually the mathematical calculation. That many line graph, the movement of the graph. It is sharp graph. That's it. Okay. It's 80%, 86%. You have to calculate that. So it might be a problem with the book anyway. So I'll be looking at a sponsored 86%, but that's not what I am teaching actually. Look at the sharp. It is a sharp graph.
Hello, excuse me.
Yeah.
Mr. Ashok sir, I think it is okay because in this point 100 to 200, this is 100 unit. That means it's not visible in our normal eye, but in its microscope it may be it. Okay, the 100 is made 100 to 200. So easy to identify.
Okay. I think we are being silly with mathematics. On a case of 80%, on a case 86%.
I think it's okay.
It's not a big deal actually. The deal is actually আমরা graph movement টা কিভাবে describe করবো সেই wording গুলো. Okay. So mathematically I'm not better than you. You are better than me. Mathematics যাতে ভুল না হয় খেয়াল রাখবেন. All right. I think it is 80%. All right. So I will not be prolonging my lecture with this task anymore. That is the answer. I will be closing it here, and if you have any questions, I will ask you. Before that, I would say that if you want to learn more language like this, it's possible for me to teach you all the language related. So you have to do somewhat self-study. So for the self-study, you have one website, takeielts.org, as it is always said here.